Today we want to take a closer look at the secret aero tricks in ski jumping. In ski jumping, the athlete drives down a ramp, tries to gain as much speed as possible, jumps in the right moment and flies for as long as possible. They reach speeds of over 100 km per hour and fly, depending on the category, more than 100 meters, sometimes more than 200 meters. As you can imagine, at these speeds, aerodynamics plays a big role. At first, you want as low drag as possible to gain as much speed as possible. And later, during flight, you want as much lift as possible to stay in the air for longer and to fly further. The only aerodynamic surface here, apart from the skis, is the athlete himself, and especially his suit. So it's no surprise that the focus for optimization in the sport is on the suits, and they are heavily regulated and checked. These suits have a foam layer to keep the athlete warm and an outer skin. In the past, athletes used up to 20 suits per winter season, and also changed suits between jumps. For the regulators, that was a huge challenge because they needed to make sure that athletes jump with a legal suit. And if multiple athletes changed suits between jumps, there was simply not enough time to check properly. So it was possible that some athletes were jumping in suits which were not tested before and hence gained an unfair advantage. And of course, teams prepared for that. But how do you modify a suit to gain an advantage? The first point is very simple. You use a too large suit, so your wing area in the air is bigger and you generate more lift. So the regulators wanted to make sure that suits fit properly. The next point is that because the suits use a foam material, there is a certain porosity, so air can partly flow through the suit instead of around it. By blocking air from flowing through the suit, you can gain more lift and fly further. So teams used grease or wood glue, etc. to reduce porosity of their suits. The regulators reacted by regulating porosity and testing porosity. The teams, on the other hand, kept on reducing porosity, but built a machine to perforate their suits only in the areas the regulators checked. Another point of using some kind of resin is to make the suit stiffer in the air, so it doesn't bend away with the airflow, but instead keeps its shape to generate more lift. These are all the normal back and forths in the sport and the typical game between teams and regulators in a world championship. But what followed next was a new dimension. At the beginning of the winter season 24-25, the regulators introduced new stricter suit rules. Each athlete was only allowed to use up to 8 suits, to reduce the amount of checks for the regulators, and to be able to check accurately. Before, they used seals to indicate if a suit has been checked or not, but still, teams changed certain parts of the suit even if it had a seal. Now, they introduced a system with 7 chips in every suit. Every suit consists of 7 pieces and every piece has 1 chip. By scanning each suit with its 7 chips, the regulators can make sure no part of the suit has been changed. But also that has been tricked now. Teams scanned the chips, downloaded the data and changed it. Or they even removed chips and installed new ones to be able to modify the suit with different pieces. In March 2025, after the World Cup in Norway, a secretly filmed video was published showing how the Norwegian team is illegally modifying their suits while the Norwegian coach watches. But what are they doing exactly? They sew in a piece of fiber material which connects the knee area and the middle of the suit. The result is that if an athlete is walking and even if the suit is checked, everything seems normal. But if the athlete stretches while flying, the fiber band pulls the middle of the suit down to increase wing area and hence lift. And guess who won in Norway? The trick was so advanced that officials didn't suspect anything, and only when they saw the video and cut the suits open, they found the illegal structure. Norway was the host of the Ski Jumping World Cup, and of course they want to look good, which they did. But now it created the biggest cheating scandal in the history of ski jumping. Norway's coach was fired, the newly appointed coach ran away, their 5 athletes were disqualified but are now allowed to compete in national events again. Norway confirmed they cheated, but only for 2 athletes who didn't have a clue and only in the last event, so the one they were caught, which seems a bit unlikely. The investigations continue and reveal a shocking scale of manipulations, as they found more tricks than just the fiber band. The regulators already updated the suit rules, and now each athlete is only allowed to use one suit, marked with chips, which is only given to them 30 minutes before the jump and has to be handed back 30 minutes after the jump. Also, they discussed the possibility of 3D scanning each athlete before they jump to accurately check them quickly. How would you react, and what do you think could be done to avoid further aero tricks in ski jumping? Let me know in the comments below, and I hope you liked this deep dive into a very different competitive topic. See you at the next video.